Now, one of his sons, Garrison Brown, unfortunately took his own life.
Okay, I just got off the phone with Garrison. Oh my goodness. Stupid stuff. He's like blaming me for all the stuff going on in our family. This has gone too long. Garrison, who I asked to move out of the house probably 6 months ago. And then he's mad at me that I'm not coming around. And he basically just tried to cut relationship. I love you, Dad, but this is goodbye for
Garrison's like, Dad, you're being a hypocrite. You're not coming around. And I about lost, man. I'm telling you, he's calling me a hypocrite when he's the one that can't be an adult and go get a place.
In March 2024, he was found at his home in Arizona. Janelle announced the death in an emotional Instagram post, writing that he was a bright light in the lives of all that knew him. His loss will leave a big hole in our lives, and it takes our breath away. According to police reports, Garrison sent final messages to several employees of the Browns family before his death, writing, "I want to hate you for sharing the good times, but I can't. I miss these days." Okay, so some of the employees of the Brown family. So some employees maybe at the network, I want to hate you for sharing the good times. So I want to hate you for posting my life on the show, but I can't. I miss these days. Interesting.
Janelle, who shares 5 other kids with ex-Cody, told police she was concerned following this text. So she then reached out to Garrison herself, and the two had a brief conversation before he stopped responding. According to the report, when the former sister wife didn't hear back from Garrison, she asked her other kids to check on the 25-year-old, and her youngest son, Gabe Brown, volunteered. Police say in the document that Gabe later found his brother dead at his home in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Unfortunately, in Garrison's case, there were warning signs. Garrison was also drunk at the time of his death with blood alcohol levels that were past the limit. Now, Gwendlyn Brown is another one of Cody's daughters, and she had an ED, an eating disorder. I think you could talk about it on YouTube now. Back when I used to cover like certain creators and struggling with these issues, we would have to say ED, and everyone thought it was erectile dysfunction, but I was talking about an eating disorder. You guys know we have to use special lingo here on certain platforms. Kristen's daughter Gwendlyn opened up about her weight loss struggles in a now deleted tweet. She began to loathe exercise in her childhood because she was constantly told she needed to lose weight. Quote, "I was a fat kid and actually developed anorexia at a very young age because of this. Now I have a bad relationship with food, but I'm skinny." People were trying to pick at her on social media. Her tweets went viral, and it was just kind of her way of acknowledging that she has this struggle. Now I want to talk about Kelly Brown. She's the one who actually gave birth to the twins and did not want Cody around them at all, and actually had Robin there to witness the birth. Now, Kelty has a story about one of Cody's wives, Mary, and the alleged abuse that she went through, saying Mary was not nice. Abrasive is not enough of a word to explain what Mary was to a few of us children. Peyton Brown also confirmed this. It looks like Madison tweeted, "There is nothing like dealing with an abusive human your whole life and finally having the freedom to not have anything to do with her." And it looks like they're talking about Mary.
You hear the stories of, like, you know, Mary being abrasive, and when you guys were in the big giant house together in Utah, right? Like, so that's all true, that Mary was like kind of just mean.
Abrasive and kind of mean are not strong enough words.
Ooh.
They are not aggressive enough words. Mary was not nice. Earlier, it was said that it's theorized that Mary was abrasive and something else. And I said that those two words were not harsh enough and not advanced enough. Abrasive is not enough of a word to explain what Mary was to a few of us children specifically.
Does it move past verbal, or?
Oh, it moves so far past verbal. Verbal basically stopped existing. We were never safe around her.
Did your dad know that?
Not for several years.
Now let's go and talk a little bit about the crossfires between these siblings. Peyton and Gwendlyn Brown are biological siblings. They are Cody and Christine's children, and they do not get along. Peyton admitted in a TikTok live session that he once hit Gwendlyn. "Many years ago, I messed up," he told his followers. He slapped Gwen. "Some words were exchanged and I took it too far and I slapped her. And she thinks that I might do it again and she's scared of me. It hurts me knowing that my sister thinks I want to hurt her." Ooh, it seems like he's got bad coping skills, probably learned from his father, Cody, or lack of father, Cody. Here's a clip of him speaking on Instagram Live, and it's pretty messy.
"I hit Gwen. I slapped Gwen after some words were exchanged, and I took it too far and I slapped her. And she thinks that I might do it again, and she's scared of me, which is okay. I'm not going to argue with her. I'm not going to fight on that. Mom is very aware of this, and mom is trying to help her. Mom knows I would never. I know I would never, but it hurts me. It hurts me knowing that my sister thinks I want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt my sister, but she thinks I do. And I'm going to wait until she feels okay to talk to me, to talk to her. I want her to feel safe. It is very important that my sister feels safe around me.
Now, in a TikTok follow-up, Peyton defended himself after receiving backlash for his confession. He said to the contrary to belief that he had overpowered Gwendlyn during their fight because she was less strong, that she was a badass and a beast. Peyton revealed that he apologized to Gwendlyn, but she chose to distance herself from him. So that is like, oh God, a dysfunctional family sucks. Here's a clip of him speaking about his experience reaching out to Gwendlyn.
A lot of people seem to misunderstand something that I've been apologizing about over the last 7 years. And the big problem with them is because I'm apparently a man and she's a frail, weak little girl, when that's both wrong and extremely sexist. Gwen is a badass and a beast. I'm grateful that you're defending her, but if the only reason you're defending her is because you think she's a weak little girl, that's sexist, and don't judge her because of her gender.
Ew, I did not like his response. Like, he's trying to pull the like, oh, you know, men or women are created equal, but don't you ever put your hand on a woman. If I ever see that, I will fuck someone up. Now, their feud continued because, of course, Peyton has been going on TikTok, doing these interviews and talking about his truth. Well, Gwendlyn actually went on and said that her brother, Peyton, is a sexist, homophobic, transphobic, racist, violent abuser, and that he has always been that for several years. He's the most awful person I've ever had the displeasure of knowing, and I would strongly advise anyone taking anything he says as a fact. Moving on to Leon Brown. They are Mary and Cody's only child. Leon, who used to go by the name Mariah, has some major life transitions. They came out as transgender in June 2022. Walked down the aisle with their partner Audrey Kiss in a low-key courthouse wedding. On season 17, episode 9 of Sister Wives, Cody remarked that Leon, along with their other siblings, Peyton, Dayton, and Brianna Brown, didn't fit in well with the rest of the family. Wow. Isn't that crazy to say, like, some of your kids just don't belong? When Gwendlyn reacted to the episode, revealing that Leon had distanced himself from the Brown family for their emotional well-being. Quote, the only one in the family that has been separated by something outside their control is Peyton, and that's for a good reason. Leon has given them space for their emotional health, and Robin's kids are separated because of their own doing. Now, you guys remember Truly, the one who had scoliosis and her father refused to go to that surgery? Well, she got caught up in a custody battle. Can you imagine having your father, that sicko, fighting to have control over you? Christine announced that she and Cody had ended their years-long relationship in November 2021. Truly disclosed that her conversation with Cody about the divorce was extremely short. Quote, I haven't really talked to my dad about the divorce. He basically told me, you found out about the divorce? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine with it. They needed to figure out Truly's future, and Cody told Christine that if they didn't have a custody agreement, the state was going to take Truly. But then he later admitted that he made up that claim, which is giving kidnapping energy. Christine and Truly eventually relocated to Utah. According to Christine, the move was essential in order to salvage the relationship between her, Truly, and her father. Christine also moved on from Cody and began dating David Woolley, even though she admitted that it wasn't easy. In September 2024, news broke that Christine had taken Cody into court over child support in the custody of Truly. And this is when Christine goes off, saying Cody's a deadbeat dad. The Sister Wives star is no longer married to Cody Brown or close to him in any way, and as a result, sees no reason to hold anything back any longer, and we are so here for it. While appearing on Sirius XM Radio alongside Janelle, it looks like she was asked to describe Cody in 3 words. She said, deadbeat dad. For starters, sorry that's 2, but it can be 2. It's deadbeat and dad, and oblivious. Janelle, for her part, said on air that she would describe Cody as charismatic, while Christine said she was too mad at him to issue any sort of compliment. She says, I guess I'm sort of over it. She said he is charismatic, but he's selfish. He's also oblivious. She said he seems to be sort of, I don't know, the reality is bewildering to him. Moreover, Christine requested a domestic relations injunction to prevent both her and Cody from harassment, domestic violence, or canceling or modifying services, taking the kids for a non-routine travel without court orders or permission, or deeming disparaging any other party. So I guess Christine, maybe she can't say too much about Cody. So Cody has a terrible relationship with his children. I mean, even his son who took his own life, they weren't on speaking terms up until that point. And it makes me wonder, do you think Cody has any remorse for that one child that took their own life, or any of these children that he no longer has a relationship with? Do you think he has any remorse? Because he has this kind of mind that really scares me. Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.